back and say, well, they invaded Germany. The United States, remember when World War II happened? The U.S. invaded Germany. Look how good that was. Look how great that was. Okay, but a lot has happened between fucking World War II and now, where America has used the fucking glories of World War II, which they kind of like, I mean, certainly they played a big role, a good role in World War II, but like they kind of fucking wrote off the USSR's endless amounts of human bodies that they threw at the problem, right? Like we did kind of get carried. And in between that, we very quickly
Did he just say that we got carried by the Soviet Union in World War II?
That's what he said, yeah. Right.
That's
Don't
why,
worry, it gets worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. This guy is a fucking immigrant. That's just like, who gave this guy fucking citizenship? Jesus.
Wow.
Well, I'm just listen.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you not move to the USSR? Oh, I guess because it doesn't exist anymore. Why did you move to Russia so you could live in the place that you love so much? Yeah, it's just it's so Weird. It's so weird. You moved to America because this is where the opportunity is.
Right.
There's no opportunity in Russia.
Shifted our efforts and resources towards attacking USSR immediately after that, and we haven't stopped.
Okay. So Hasan's dogshit leftist brain rot view of the world is that after Russia so valiantly and heroically and selflessly carried America and the Allied powers through World War II, we then evilly dedicated our resources to destroying the innocent USSR.
Yeah.
This is the worldview that Hasan is profiting. Of course, I guess Hasan forgetting the fact that, the USSR had a non-aggression pact with Germany, and that when Germany started the fucking war by invading Poland, Soviet Union invaded Poland from the other direction to help the Nazis.
Really?
Yes, and that they came up with a secret joint agreement that they were going to split up Poland and they were going to split up this is why, like, all these fucking disgusting commie kids nowadays who like to pretend like the commies are the big defenders against the Nazis are so full of shit. The communists literally jumped in the bed with the Nazis as fast as humanly possible, as quick as they could, because part of it why it was because when Stalin was talking to the Allied powers about joining them against the Nazis, the Allied powers were like, listen, don't take over the Baltic states. Okay? Just help us fight the Nazis. And then Stalin's like, I don't know about that. And then the Soviet Union talks to Germany, and Nazis are like, listen, you could take over all the Baltic states you fucking want. We don't care.
Right.
How about this? Commies, how about we, the Nazis and the commies, make an agreement and we split up Europe between the two of us? And what the commies do? They say, no, we have to fight these evil fascists anywhere in the streets.
No.
Of course not. They said, sign me up, motherfucker.
They said, we'll take Eastern Europe, you take Western Europe.
Yes.
Fucking, this is so.
And the only reason it fell apart was because Hitler was like, fuck it, I'm attacking the Russians now.
Wow.
Like this is so. The Soviets were so despicable in World War II. They only joined the Allies when it served their interest. Okay,
Right.
They joined on board with the Nazis at first, and then they took over a bunch of fucking other countries.
Yeah,
that's why it's not like the reason the U.S. and the Allied powers were very sus of the Soviet Union after the war was because they took over a fuck ton bunch of countries and didn't want to give them back. At the end of, like, when World War II was over, they're like, okay.
They took over half of Germany.
Yeah. It's like, well, no, that was agreed upon. But they're like, oh, time to get back Poland. Time to give back, all these, the chunks of Finland or all these other Baltic states that you've taken over. And then Soviet Union's like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Right. Yeah.
But no, the U.S. was just, the evil U.S. just decided for absolutely no reason that,
Well, it was agreed upon to take half of Germany, but I mean, what we did with our half of Germany and what they did with their half of Germany, or their quarter, I guess, because it was split up between
into fours,
yeah, was completely different. I mean, obviously,
well, and it's And it's even gross because the reason it was done intentionally on top of that, because the Germans basically said, or I mean, the Soviets basically said, we want to keep Germany weak. So we're going to strip out like as much infrastructure and stuff possible, and we're going to ship it back to Russia.
Right.
That's exactly why they did. And that's part of why East Berlin was so fucked, because they were just sucking resources out of Berlin and stealing them.
Yeah.
And the Allied forces did the exact opposite, because they said, you know what, we've done this before. Okay, we've done this ride before.
Right. World War
and we
I.
don't want to create,
World War II, World War III. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're like, we
right.
fucked up in World War One. We created World War II. Let's not do that again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. That's so crazy. But yeah, you've got people simping for the USSR as if they're, some magnanimous force in the war.
I know.
Human nature.
It's crazy.
Well, thanks for carrying us.
Yeah, thanks for carrying us, though. All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where's Hasan? Hasan left.
He did.
I was going to ask you about that because
How do you know so much about this history?
Because I fucking looked into this shit.
For the stream or just...
Yes, for the stream.
Really?
Because I'm like, well, no, because I have a general knowledge about this stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck's he talking about? Like, I was like, because I know that the Russians had a non-aggression pact with the Nazis, and I know that they, had their joint invasion of Poland.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know about the joint invasion of Poland. Like all of this stuff I know literally from like 9th grade. I had a world history teacher that just fucking laid it out. Like all the Baltic states, the Iron Curtain, splitting up Germany into 4 pieces. Like, yeah, I still remember that. The 4 pieces thing to this day.
Yes.
Like East Berlin became an island. They built a wall around Berlin, around East Berlin, which is kind of crazy. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they split Berlin up into 4. They split the country up into 4 pieces, and then they split the capital up into 4 pieces, right? And then the Soviet, or the American. Well, who was the alliance? America took who took the quarters?
America, UK, and France.
America, UK, and France have 3/4 of Berlin. But Berlin is literally inside East Germany, which is the Russians.
Right.
So they're completely surrounded by Russians. And that's how East or West Berlin became like a thing inside the Iron Curtain, which is it's just such a weird thing. This is how the wall got built.
Right.
Yeah. The Russians are like, oh, we'll take this. We'll build a wall around your part of the city and fucking fuck you. It's like, what? That's, they didn't expect that to happen. They didn't expect that to be how it played out after World War II. But the General I think it's Patton. Patton famously said after the war, just give me more troops and I'll take care of Stalin too, because he's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of different world would it be if that was the case?
It would have been a much better world.
Yeah. Yes. You wouldn't have Hasan here simping for Russia at all, because like Russia, or I don't know what it would be after that. I mean, Russia might be a democracy right now if that happened.
Yeah, who knows?
It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
It is crazy.